Boys, it was only a few months ago we'll end the same spot, getting the debutant photos. Can you imagine how crazy this year would have ended up being?
No, not really. I just remember how nervous I was before the first game, and I was thinking, wow, like how many more games of this, can I make it through? But after round one, you get used to it. But no, I couldn't imagine it played out like it has.
Yeah, it was a bit of a whirlwind for me. I think it was like my second or third week of the club, I think. So I guess because it happened so quick, I didn't really get to, fully sink in for me at the time. And now I get to reflect on it at the end of the season. The fact that I've played about 18 odd games of AFL, including a final, has been pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, it's definitely a privilege to be able to play as much as we have in our first year. So
yeah, I just remember how good the feeling was to start the season the way we did. We're unbeaten for 5 rounds. So
yeah, that was.
And we're just having so much fun. We're just out there really just playing footy with a bit of freedom, really.
Enjoying the crowds as well.
Yeah.
That atmosphere was unmatched.
Against the round 3 game against Essendon was just crazy. 70k packed to the G. So
even against Collingwood when we were both undefeated, would have been cool to play that in Melbourne. But no, Gather Round was unreal. I was just more so saying because we were both unbeaten, it would have been cool to see the crowd we would have attracted in the G.
True.
And your first goals, can you talk us through each other's first goals? I'm sure you were pretty close together.
Yeah. I remember Cameras was round 2. We were just speaking about it then. I was streaming back, didn't have anyone on me. I was like, "You beauty, I'm getting a goal here," and he was streaming in 50 out, and he just bombed it over my head. And I remember I was calling for it, and then I just ended up doing that, running as I saw it sail over my head. And it was a pretty special moment hearing the crowd roar after he kicked his first. And I remember watching his celebration. I don't even think he knew what he was doing or what to do, but no, it was pretty special.
No, I was actually on the bench for Mattaes' first goal, so I remember he took a mark, kind of floated him back, and then I knew he was a really good set shot. He beats me more often than not in the goal kicking comp, so I'll work on it this off season. But yeah, I knew he was pretty likely to slot it through, so I was just cheering him on from the sidelines.
And you both give us some pretty good celebrations this year. Is passion just something that comes natural to both of you?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We're both very, very passionate, emotional guys. When you watch it, you think, you'd hope to put a lid on it a bit more than what you do, but you can't control it. No. It's not something you can control. Yeah. That rush of emotion, I feel, and we both care a lot about the team and how we go. So
yeah. And coming from pretty different backgrounds, you came in at a similar time. What kind of brought you guys together? Because you're clearly pretty good mates now.
We're quite similar, I think, in a lot of ways. With both, I would say footy heads. In different ways, but very emotional, care a lot about the game, and he can joke about anything, and I feel like I'm one that takes a while to open up, but I remember when he first came to the club, I could just tell he was going to be one of those guys I could joke about with anything. So
yeah, no, I think we've also both really driven characters, so we just drive each other and push each other to be our best. So I guess just to have a mate that almost the same goals as you, want to be the best, get the best out of yourself. It's really good to have Mattaes as a close mate.
As you were saying, both very into your footy growing up, and clearly still, but were there some moments this year that coming up against specific opposition or something, you're just wow, this is unreal? Yeah,
definitely for me. I remember Bonampelli in round 3. He was just incredible. Definitely the best player I feel like I'd gone against for the year. Petrarca was unreal as well. But probably the highlight of the year for me was kicking the first goal of the game in Buddy's 350th. That was just really special. Grateful to even play against him, but then to have a pretty cool moment in I guess his game was awesome for me.
He played against Buddy in his 350th. I was just starstruck. The fact that we got to play against him in a milestone that was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember there was a 50-50 ball, and he was coming at me, he absolutely smashed me. I remember I was laughing because I was like, what an honour. I just got absolutely flattened.
You guys got a lot of love from our fans this year. How much did you really feel that from the Saints faithful?
Yeah, I'm not sure about Cam, but I definitely felt it. The excitement, not just for me and Cam, but the entire group of guys, but especially the young boys. Really feel like the fans are excited about what the young core can do, and guys like Mitch, Windy, Naz, you know, guys like that have really, you know, inspired me, and I'm sure Camera as well. But the fans have seen that also and have driven that, you know, forward as well. So I've definitely felt it though. Yeah.
I felt like a lot of love from all of them, especially when we win a game, when we go around and see the fans. Like, you can just say like how happy they are.
I've been lucky enough to play in a massive final in my first year, and you know, I'm sure I will learn a lot from that experience going forward. I already have, but yeah, it's great. It was a great opportunity. I'm stoked that I got to be a part of it.
Yeah, I don't think it's really sunk in for me. Like, I guess this whole week I haven't really processed what's happened. Like, obviously got the call from Ross that morning around 10 AM. So I guess obviously we'll reflect on it, but to be able to play in a final for St Kilda is just a great, like, you know, great privilege. Obviously the result was really disappointing.
We definitely overachieved though. And there's no doubt that, you know, I heard it, all the guys heard, you know, what the predictions were for us as a team and where our list was at. So
yeah, that's been
to even be in the finals was great, but we're not satisfied.
No, not at all.
And Hammer post-played every single game this year, which is extremely rare for a draftee. Can you just tell us a bit about what makes Mattaes a special young player?
Oh, I just think it's his attitude really. Like, his attitude and his always off-field behaviour is just elite already, and he hasn't even turned 19 yet, and he's probably one of the most professional people at the club. So I think just I guess it's his work ethic, professionalism, just everything about him. He's got to be a very good player very soon.
And Hammer came really late into the piece, which is obviously really difficult to do. Can you just tell us a bit of a word into how he's sorted in already?
Yeah, well, it's been incredible. I remember listening to Ross speak about it. He came in, and you know what he's done has been incredible. And like I don't know how many goals he ended up kicking. I think it was like more than 20, wasn't it? You know. How many did you kick?
19.
19 or 20, that's 20. But to be able to do that on no pre-season, and just unreal. I think it comes from, you know, how much he wants it and all the energy he brings, and you know, just how great of a guy he is, and he really dedicates himself. So it's been great to see.